Yeah. Coke fair, cause I'm headless. Get in the car, I said. She grabbed my hand. Girls rescue, met the bar, witness said. Tears fled the head, I'm weak, not dead. She tweet, I guess she confess. She thinking less, not drinking less. Bathroom says, best it gets. Spontaneous, I stereotype. Put to rest tonight. Imagine, believe, and achieve, it works. Skyline as I rise like fireworks. Smell through the bad, don't touch my perk.
Yo, hello everybody, and welcome to this edition of After the Storm. Hold on a second. Your OKC Thunder post-game analysis live stream. Hope everybody's having a fantastic Sunday. I know everybody is watching, probably a lot of people are watching the Chiefs and the Bills. The Thunder, by the way, were the only NBA game on tonight. So for those of us that are Thunder fans, of course, we were sorry, I'm doing my, getting all my people lined up here. The Thunder were the only team that actually played tonight, the Thunder and the Blazers, which I thought was interesting that we were the only game on tonight, which I kind of like because, number one, for all those people who haven't got a chance to see SGA play, it was a good opportunity for him to see him play all those voters who are undecided, which I don't know who the hell that would be, but for those who are undecided on whether they want to pick SGA as the MVP, I guess you could, it was kind of a good thing for Oklahoma City to be the only game on tonight. For those of y'all can kind of keep me informed with what the Chiefs are doing. I don't know. It's the third quarter. I know that. But I was too busy watching the game and taking notes. The Thunder, 15th straight win tonight over the Blazers. That's pretty much a good dominance feel for them. But the Blazers were ridiculous tonight, making threes. They shoot 30%, 28% from the field, from the three. They shoot 33% from the field. They're 28th out of 30 teams making threes. And tonight they were just ridiculous. They were ridiculous. But can I say something? Man, it's good having iHeart back, isn't it? Don't you guys think so? It's good having the big fella back tonight. So the Thunder, of course, took care of business with him on there. And you can just it's like with us, without a big man, we can still win clearly. But when we have iHeart in there, especially, I can't wait to get Chet back now. Some people are saying that some orthopedic guys are saying that he's not going to be back, talking about Chet. But the projected deal is him to be back at the end of February, right after the All-Star break, which is fine with me because that gives us 20-something games left. And it's going to take 10 to 15 games for him to be at all ready to play. So I'm perfectly comfortable with that. So, but anyway, the Thunder will look good tonight. Here is the scoreboard for tonight. Thunder 118, Blazers 108. Blazers are now 17-29. The Thunder are 37-8. Blazers, like I said earlier, when I talked about 18 for 40. 18 for 40. That's crazy. They're the 28th ranked shooting team with 33%. And they were at 46 or 45 or whatever percent from three. That's ridiculous for them. Thunder, of course, 10 for 30. We couldn't hit the side of a barn with a double barrel if we were shooting from 2 feet out. But from the field, 47.2. They were 40.7. 44 rebounds. Out-rebounded us by 1. And then, of course, pips. That's my stat. Points in the paint. Thunder were 52-22. And then, of course, we had forced 15 turnovers for them, which they had like 8 at halftime or something stupid. They took care of the basketball tonight without question. And that's something that they normally don't do either. They normally don't take care of the basketball, but they did this time. They took care of the basketball, so you can't really see where the Chiefs, the Buffalo Bills must have came back and scored. Probably went for 2 again, and so they got the lead. They had the opening deal. I was seeing that. Bench scoring, they outscored us 40-36, which is the usual for the Thunder, even though we do have a deep bench. Our bench is not necessarily known for scoring. Our bench is really is known for defense and what we provide, as in Caruso and Wiggins. When they come off the bench, that's our bench is more for defense, not necessarily for offense. So we are going to get scored on, and I'm okay with that. But anyway, got outscored 40-36. But like I said, the big key was that one simple thing, and that was 18 for 40 from three. They were just knocking down shot threes. It's like, who the hell is this team? How are they knocking down all these shots? Who the hell are this Blazers? I mean, they just got hot. But like I said, once again, it's the NBA. If anybody gets to start playing well and start shooting ball, you're in trouble. I don't care who you are. I don't care what the situation is. If they get hot and start knocking down threes and they get some confidence and thinking they can beat you, you are in trouble, and that's a fact. Thunderbox score tonight, J-Dub, 37 minutes, 7 for 19, 2 for 4, 8 for 8 from 3, 8 for 8 from free throw line. Love to see that, him knocking down shots like that. 24 points for him. Isaiah Hartenstein, 33 minutes, 5 for 6, 11 boards. Once again, another double-double, 14 and 11. Man, 6 assists. I just like that guy. I really do. I like iHeart. SGA, 37 minutes, 12 for 25, 2 for 4, 9 for 9, 5 rebounds, 1 assist. He got an assist with like 2 minutes to go. And I just don't understand the deal. He gets hit more than anybody I've ever seen in my life, but he shot 9 free throws. But I guess, like at the end of the game, I don't know if you are watching, he got hit like 3-4 times. No call. I'm like, I guess they just said, screw it, the game's over. We're not going to call a foul so you can go to the free throw line. And they just hacked him 3 different times. It's like, they want to drive foul. They're like, no, we're not going to call a foul. Game's over. We're just going to end it. And, of course, that ends up being a turnover for the Thunder because, the shot clock ran out. It's like, come on, referees. I mean, it's ridiculous. But SGA, 35 points. And he played okay, but he was a lot more aggressive. And when he's aggressive, we're going to win. And, of course, guess who was the TV player of the game? I'll give you one guess. Yeah, you're right. That was him. And it wasn't SGA. And, again, 37 minutes each. And I'm watching the Boston game. Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, both are all-stars. And Jaylen Brown doesn't play as many minutes as Jason Tatum. But on our team, J-Dub plays as many minutes as SGA. It's pathetic. That guy, this coach is ridiculous. He really is. And I was talking to somebody the other day, and he believes that he's going to cost us. And his minutes management is just going to kill us, guys. I'm sorry. He's going to have to fix that. He really is. Aaron Wiggins, 17 minutes, 2 for 6, 0 for 4. Once again, he started because Lou Dort was out. 4 points for him. And I got a stat for him. He is – where's Aaron Wiggins? He is – where is my stat? I got that for him, which I just can't even believe this. He is on his last threes. He is – what did I put this in my notes? He is 2 for his last 17 threes. 2 for his last 17. Come on, Wig. You got to do better than that. 2 for his last 17 threes. That is just not going to get us any doubles. He's going to have to knock down shots. But if you're going to get into a slump, Wiggins, let's get into it now when the games don't matter. They still matter. Every game matters, but it still matters. But, it's nice if you're going to miss, let's miss now. Especially a meaningless game. Well, it's not a meaningless game, but it is. Cason Wallace, 30 minutes tonight. Cason doing what Cason does. He scored 5 points, but his defense and what he does with he and Caruso on the floor, just love it. I absolutely love it. Jay Will played good tonight, 15 minutes, 6 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists. He did leave the floor trying to make a play. And one thing I don't like is him trying to make plays. Stop trying to make plays, bro. Just don't try to make passes. Don't try to get it without yourself. Just catch the ball. Don't try to drive. If you're going to drive, go ahead and shoot a floater or shoot a teardrop, whichever one you got in your bag, and use that. Don't try to get off the floor and try to throw the ball. That's the worst decision you can make as a big man or a guard, especially a big man. Jang, 11 minutes. I don't. Started third quarter, fourth quarter. I mean, they went on a run. Why? Jang in the game. I don't. Why is he playing? Why is he playing? It's just, I don't get it. I mean, I don't. I really don't. I mean, he should not be playing that many minutes. K. Rich, 14 minutes, 3 for 3, 6 points, no threes, but he did knock down a couple shots, 3 rebounds. I thought he played pretty good, and once again, his defense is what I like with him. That's what I like get from K. Rich. Caruso, 23 minutes. 1 for 6. He's got to knock down some shots. He leans his head back too far for me. I teach my kids to keep your head forward. Don't lean your head back when you shoot. That makes all the difference in the world as far as your form is concerned. But, they've got the best NBA shooting coach, and I don't know why he's not being able to shoot the ball better than he is. Isaiah Joe, 3 for 7. 40-something%. I like that. He's knocking down shots. I like his three, 16 points in 25 minutes. Like I said, he can play a lot for me. Hotspot, what's up? Dang, you missed the game, bro. How did you miss the game, Hotspot? You're supposed to be watching the game. It's at 5 o'clock. I know that you're probably watching the Bills and Chiefs, which is going to be a great game, which, of course, we knew that was going to be a great game. And, of course, the Bills scored at the end of the first half. They're going to get the ball back and then scored the second half and missed 2-point conversions, that's 4 points, or they should have just took 2 points, and they would be up. But they're only up 2. So we'll see what the Chiefs are doing now coming back at them. So, but anyway, sorry you missed the game. It was good there. We won. We took care of business tonight, brother. We took care of business tonight. 118-108, I believe, was the final score. Let me see, what was it? Yes, 118-108. That's our 15th consecutive victory over them. And the Chiefs are going right now. I can't watch it because we're going to make this short so you can. I'll make sure you can watch the end of the game if you care to. The Thunder had lost 2 out of our last 5. But we came back and we won tonight and beat the Blazers. And, of course, Wednesday night we played the Golden State Warriors in Golden State on ESPN. Thank God we have an ESPN game so we can not have to listen to Michael Cage and the other guy. They're terrible. They are just terrible. And I don't have to listen to whatever the guys, Nick Gallo and Paris. I don't have to listen to them, especially. Now, Paris Lawson, I don't mind so much because she is knowledgeable what she does. But Nick Gallo, I just can't. I just can't with him. Nice. I'm sure he's a nice young man and all that, but I just can't. He just wears me out. He really does. He just wears me out. But anyway, we have the Golden State Warriors on Wednesday. Then, of course, we have our home game stand where we have the Kings on the 1st, which is Saturday night. And I won't be at that because we won't be doing that because we have our OSU basketball alumni reunion. It's this weekend, so I will be in Stillwater. So we will not be doing a show, I don't think, after the Kings game. I mean, I might, but I would say probably we're not going to do a show again until after the Bucks game. So, but we'll see. Because you know me, I don't really, if I'm drinking, I don't really do the show because, I mean, how can I drink and actually pay attention to what's happening with the game if you're out drinking? I don't think that's fair to you all. It does not fair to the fans or anything else what's going on with that. I just don't think that you do it. And Buffalo, of course, the Chiefs are slowing down in the second half. So we'll see what happens. Sorry about that hot spot, the Chiefs and what they're doing. But this is my thing right here. I'm looking at the Thunder and Dagnall's lineups, and I know that, you know, those of you all who hate that I talk about this drive you all crazy. It drives me nuts that I have to talk about it because he drives me insane. I don't understand the guy. I don't understand his lineups. I don't understand what he's doing. I just don't. He's managing minutes, which, you know, I don't get. Like, we just lost somebody because I talk about Dagnall. If I do talk about that, people drop off the show, which is fine with me. If you don't want to hear the truth, that's on you, not on me. It's just frustrating to me because I was talking to someone the other night, and they don't believe the Thunder are going to make it to the championship game, not even the Western Conference Finals, because of the coach. Now, and he doesn't believe Chet is coming back either. And I said, well, if Chet comes back, us not making the finals, no matter what this guy does, is going to be hard. Because this, to me, us making the finals, us get to the championship game or get to the finals is simple. It's on SGA. Dagnall messed up in the Dallas game when Caruso was subbed out. I agree. Made me mad. We were doing. Hey, you weren't by yourself. We were all like, "What the hell are you doing? You left Dylan Jones on the floor and you take out Caruso." 100%. But that's the stuff that he does. He's managing minutes, and we've been talking about this till we're blue in the face. Managing minutes is going to cost you some games at some point. And the guy that I was talking to Saturday, he was it Saturday? It was Friday night. He was like, Matt, he goes, they're not going to make it because he's going to mess up. He's going to make the wrong decisions. He's going to play the wrong lineups. He's going to play people too long, and it's going to cost us. And I was like, he's going to cost us a game, and you can't give away a game in a 4 out of 7 game series. You can't give away a game. And I was like, well, this is my feeling. If you have iHeart and Chet, unless he plays J-Dub more minutes than SGA, we're going to win. Unless he plays, 10, 11, 12 players like he does during the season, we're not going to make it. Those are two things that he can't do. And the number one thing is for us to win is SGA has just got to say, F this dude and just take over the game. Because what is a fact is, number one, when SGA is in the game, when he's taking over and he's aggressive, we win because everybody else is just playing and not trying to make plays. They're just playing within their roles. But when he's not going, everybody else like, oh, SGA doesn't have it tonight. We got to make some plays. We got to score. We got this. We got that. That's what happens. And then the second thing is that we have to play in spite of his lineup decisions and the things that he does. We're just going to have to play through him. Because if he's managing minutes, which he's going to, he doesn't understand the floor of the game, which he does not. And he plays wrong lineups, which he does. And those are all the three things that this guy was telling me that he thought the Thunder weren't going to make it because those three things. And I was like, yes, I agree, but to some extent. But also, we know how to win in spite of him, and we've done this over and over and over. Because of his willingness to try to play J-Dub the same amount of minutes, it costs us because like tonight, we were in fourth quarter, we're going down, we go on a run. He puts J-Dub back in the bench. They go on a 7-0 run, immediately pulling him out. What the hell are you doing? Oh, that's right, we're making a run with your boy on the bench, as we always do. Or we don't always do, but 9 out of 10 times. It's 99-88. Okay? And you bring in, with 7 minutes and 50 seconds, you got SGA, Isaiah Joe, Kaysen, Caruso, and Jay Will. And then Jay Will got hit in the knee or whatever. And then it's 106-95 with 4:58, and you bring J-Dub right back in the game. So you set him for 2 minutes. So he and SGA could have the same amount of minutes. It's just frustrating because, dude, I see what the hell you're doing. You're making sure J-Dub plays as many minutes as SGA. He is not SGA. He doesn't have more upside. And I was listening to the radio the other day, and the guy was talking about J-Dub's handles. The hell are you talking about? His weakest game, part of his game, is he doesn't have handles. His handles are terrible. He does not have handles. He has to work on that. He doesn't have excellent handles. That's bullshit. If you're going to call the game, but once again, the Thunder are trying to make J-Dub look as good as possible, and I get that. Because you're trying to get him some All-Star votes, which we'll go over in a minute. The reason why we're losing to Dallas is because we're not as strong. We're out of muscle by Gafford. We don't need Drummond. That's the hot spot. We don't need Drummond. Stop it. He can't. We don't need it. We don't need another. We don't need that. We're fine with what we have, and as long as Ihart is playing, and Jay Will can give us something. Then the reason why we lost to Dallas is he's very simple. We've got 8 losses, 3 of them to him. But this last game, SGA had 35 or 54 the game before. Last game, and we talked about this on the show, Hotspot. You weren't there. You weren't on the show. But we talked about it. SGA was nonchalant in his effort towards the game because he had shot like 8 or 9 times at the half. He was like saying, okay, well, you don't want me to score because I shot 35 times the game before. Okay, let's pass the ball. I'll pass the ball around, see what happens. Because the Thunder management, Sam Presti, nor this coach, they want team basketball. Well, that's fine. You're not going to win with team basketball. You're going to win with SJ scoring and everybody else playing off for him. That's how you're going to win. You're not going to win by letting everybody else score, including J-Dub, and pass the ball. SJ has to score and has to be aggressive. And when he is aggressive, it frees everybody else to play team basketball. And that's what happened against the Mavericks. Plain and simple. Let me see. Hotspot. For our possessions are key against the Mavs. J-Dub is not an all-star, and they're forcing J-Dub on us. I agree. He needs to be a natural when it comes to his development. I agree with what you're saying, Hotspot, but Drummond doesn't help us. The guy needs to help us is Cam Johnson. That's who we need, but they want too much for him, which I'm with Sam Preston on that. I'm not trying to give you all of that. I'm just not. But I do understand. I get it. But we can't do that. You can't. This is my thing. Dallas screws messes up because this guy manages minutes, and they know. And I'm sorry, he gets outcoached. Jason Kidd outcoaches me every single time because he knows exactly what the coach is going to do, and they play against his managing minutes. He plays guys 2 minutes too long. J-Dub comes out the game, we go on a run. He sits there for 2 minutes and put him back in. Then they go on a run. Sit his ass for the 4 or 5 minutes he needs to sit, then put him in the game with the last 3 minutes. But he's playing him too long in the first quarter. He's playing him, remember, he used to play J-Dub to about 5-minute mark and he pulls him out. He's been playing to the 3-minute mark now. Tonight he played 5-minute mark. We run on a run. He puts him back in. The next time we go on a run, he puts him back in. He sits him for 2 minutes at a time. You need to sit him for 5 minutes. He needs to play 4 to 6 minutes less than SGA. Period. He never should play 1 minute, but he's managing minutes. He never should play 1 minute less than SGA or 2. He needs to be 5 or 6 because we are better with him on the bench than we are with him playing with SGA. It's a fact. And there's no way in hell the Thunder management don't fucking know that. Excuse my language. They know that. They have all the metrics right there in front of them. They know what we're doing with SGA on the floor. For example, I saw this stat. We are a -3 with SGA off the floor. And we're like +6 or 7 or whatever with him on the floor. +16 with him on the floor and -3 with him off the floor. Now, I would like to find the same stats where we are with J-Dub on the floor and with J-Dub off the floor. I promise you, we're not a minus with him off the floor. I can promise you that. We're not a minus with J-Dub on the bench. I can promise you we're not. We're a plus with him on the bench. And all we know is we're a minus without SGA when SGA's on the bench. We're a -3. I haven't followed Cam's career, but his contribution to rebounds. You look at his stats, he's 16, 17, and 7. But what I'm saying about Hotspot is having Cam, when he's playing with SGA, it's going to be fine. When you're playing with J-Dub, he's still going to be fine, but we need somebody else with J-Dub, we need another ball handler. And that's what kills us not having AJ. And we won't get AJ back, I think, damn near till the playoffs start. And it's killing us with that second unit because now J-Dub has to have the ball in his hands. He's not good at the ball in his hands. No matter what they're saying on the radio because they're just promoting what the Thunder are throwing at us. Like you said, Hotspot, they're throwing it down our throats. It's ridiculous. And then for the people who are unaware, who don't know basketball, they're just like, oh, okay, because they don't get it. For those of us who understand the intricacies of the game, we're like, we see what the hell you're doing. What are you doing? That's BS what you're doing. But the majority of Oklahoma fans are football fans, not basketball. So you can get away with that, even though they're becoming more and more knowledgeable about the game. Let's go ahead and thank our sponsors. I want to thank SRB. If you have any needs for engineering, surveying, and planning, they love to be behind the scenes. Also, if you have a water treatment plant in your city or your county, they can come in and make sure you have clean drinking water and get you all fixed up. So, like we always say, who the hell doesn't like clean water, drinking water? Oak Grove Trucking, if you have needs for dirt, rock, or sand to be moved, hit our boy Jose Fierro up or get him in because I know he's about to add another truck, I believe, because he's getting so busy. So, hey, please hit our guy up. We love him, and we love to help him and him continue to grow his business. YNB, family owned and operated since 1912. They are the bank that makes things happen. They're an equal housing lender, member of the FDIC, proud sponsor for us to go out and support women, minority, and black-owned businesses in the OKC area, also UConn. You can pre-qualify online at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com. Or you can go to the main bank at 401 Elm and 66 steps from historic downtown Yukon, Oklahoma. YNB East, which is off the Parkway and 66 or 39th Expressway. YNB Mustang, located at 218 North Mustang Road. YNB Parkway, which is just south of I-40 on Garth Brooks, right in front of the hospital. Cannot miss it. And, of course, YNB People is located in Bethany on 23rd between Rockwell and MacArthur. And my guy, Jonathan Beakey Triplet, Elm Grove Clothing, taking care of the big guy, Big Perk, taking care of Mr. Perkins. In his suit, you can see he's looking a lot cleaner. So I'm glad Jonathan's got his stuff going. You can contact him at 405-332-8787. Why spend $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 for a suit when you can spend $800 to $1,000 for the same quality of stuff? So hit my guy up, and he will take care of you. Hotspot. Let me see. For a turf toe, though, that's crazy. We're talking about AJ, I'm assuming, right? Yeah, that's kind of a crazy thing. but he's going to get better. I don't know what happened, but all I know is that at first I agree. I wasn't agreeing with you, but I agree with you now. He has really come along in what he's been doing as a player. So, but he just kills us not having him in there on offense. And the game that he missed against Cleveland, there in Cleveland, made all the difference. Him not being there, you could just tell that with us not having that point guard. Yeah, okay, yes, AJ, yes, he had surgery on. I know that hotspot, and I think he's not coming back until end of March, I believe, is when he's coming back. So, which is right, right around the playoffs. So we should be right there, getting him in, getting him back, and we definitely miss him for that. But that being said, the trade deadline is 2 weeks away. The Thunder are going to have to do something, and my thing is this: I have no desire, zero desire, to give them what they want to get Cam. I'm not giving up Topic. I'm just not. Rashawn Drummond is washed. Drummond's just not what we need. I mean, he's a big physical inside presence, no doubt. But 6, 7 years ago, yeah, I would like him because he's a monster inside. But now, yeah, not so much now. And he doesn't fit with what we need because we lead the league. Remember, hotspot. We lead the league in drives to the basket. And Drummond is a down low guy, so he's going to clog the paint. He doesn't shoot threes. He's not a threat, which means they're going to back off of him. So with what we do offensively, Drummond does not fit what the Thunder do. We're okay inside. We need somebody like a Cam Johnson who is an upgrade to Wiggins. He's a bigger Wiggins, not an upgrade. I won't say that because I like Aaron. But he's a bigger, stronger, more athletic Aaron Wiggins. That's what Cam is, who can score better. He can score, what is he scoring, 17, 18 a game. And like I said, for me, if SJ is not, we need somebody who can come off the bench and we know is going to give you 16, 18, who can give you 25, who can give you 30 on a night. Okay? Now, other than J-Dub, who on our team can give you a consistent 17, 18 to 20 points a game? Nobody. Well, we're a collective of the others, as they call them. And these are guys who are going to give you 6, 8, 10. But, and Isaiah Joe on a hot night could give you 14, or 18. Like he had one game, he had 20-something or whatever. That's one game. And how many games he's played with us? So he's going to have that one game that he's going to do that. But Cam could give us, every time he comes on 16, 18, 19, because he can score, he can rebound, he can play defense. He's a bigger, more skilled version of Aaron Wiggins is what he is. So I would like that, but I'm not giving up Topic, and I'm not giving up, like someone asked, we talked about this the other night. We were talking about, well, what about the fact that that he has, what did they say? The fact that, what is the 8th pick to us? And they on the show the other night. Oh no, Waters not playing, Randy? I am sorry, the commander joined us. No Waters against us Wednesday night? Oh no. So does that mean you're not watching the game, big fella? The biggest Lindy Water fan that we have in Oklahoma City, the commander. Anyway, so my thing is this. When you look at what we're doing and you look at what we need to do, the 8th overall pick, what does that really mean as far as us winning a championship? Would you rather have Cam and increase your chances of winning, or would you rather have the 8th overall pick next year? Now, that being said, I'm going to give you both sides of what I think, and then you guys chime in after I give you my opinion. Then you guys please tell me what you think. My against Cam. Okay, not giving up the 8th pick. Here's my not giving up the 8th pick. What we do is every year we add a player. Remember, we added Josh to SGA. Then we added J-Dub and Chet, but we really only added J-Dub. The next year we added Kaysen to go along with Chet. And then this year we added AJ. So we're adding one player to our team. So that's the advantage of not having an 8th overall pick, because you can take and get you something, maybe not one of the top 3 or 4 picks, but you can get something that can really help you past the future. So it can help you. Plus, excuse me, plus we get Topic back. So, like I said, if he's 90% of what he was, man, when him off the bench with J-Dub, that's a nasty, nasty group right there, starting first and third quarters. Okay, now that being said, here is the if we go ahead and trade and get Cam. If you get Cam, then you basically solidify yourself because now you have SGA, J-Dub, Kaysen, Dort, Chet, Ihart, Caruso, Cam, and then you pick what you need at that point. Is it Isaiah Joe? Okay. Is it K Rich? Is it J Will? What do you need to add in for that ninth guy? One of those 3 or 4. You don't need to be paying 11. You don't need to be paying 10 or 11. You play just like, look, guys, we're doing 8 or 9. We're getting through this thing. If he continues to do 10 or 11 players, he's going to get beat by the Mavericks. He's going to get that. So that's what happens with that. So those are my my 4s and picks. I got to hear what you guys think about what I just said, or you can give me your picks on what you think should be happening. Hotspot. If I'm OKC, I'm trading Butler from Washington for one of our G League players. Jared Butler was excellent. He plays defense. Yeah, but Jared Butler doesn't really give us what we need. We need big. We're guard-wise, that area, we're good. We need more height because if Chet doesn't come back, you need another. That's what Cam does. If we don't get Chet back, like some people are saying he's not going to be back with this injury, some orthopedics are saying that, then you need somebody big. You don't need another guy. You need somebody who can give you something. Butler's an extra three-point shooter who can create his own shot. We already got that. Butler's not. I mean, I understand hotspot. You keep, but we need somebody with way more skill than Jared Butler. We need somebody who can blend into the offense, who doesn't need the ball, who can just blend in, kind of like what Ihart done and what Caruso has done. That's what we need. We don't need somebody coming out and just thinking they're going to come out and score. That's not necessarily what we need as a team. So I think we need more height because here's the thing. If Chet is not coming back, and only the Thunder know if Chet's coming back or not. We don't know that. We're guesstimating on whether he is or whether he isn't. Okay, that's what we're doing. We're guesstimating. Now, that being said, here is the let me pull this up. Here are the NBA, this is the, where is it at? Where is our, sorry guys, I'm looking for my NBA standings. Okay, here we go. Now, in the playoffs, this is what we're talking about, okay? Jared Butler is a beast. He was with us before. I realize that, but we don't need anybody. Hotspot, if you've left, I don't want you back. There's a reason why you're gone. Okay, everybody's always better when they leave us, okay? If I get rid of you, there's a reason why you're gone. I don't want you back. You wanted Jeremy Green. Remember, you wanted Jeremy Grant back. Look at him tonight. Yeah, I just think once you're gone, you're gone. I don't want you back. Okay, here's the Thunder. Okay, now, if the playoffs were today, let's say that the Suns win the play-in tournament, the Thunder would have the Suns in the first round. Okay? Which I prefer the Suns over the Mavs. Okay? Which sounds crazy because Luka will be back. So that's my thing with that. Okay, the Rockets would have the T-Wolves, which would be a hell of a series. Okay, the Clippers and the Grizzlies would go at it, which I think the Grizzlies would handle them, just like I think the Rockets would handle the T-Wolves because I don't think they're quite figured it all out. And Anthony Edwards is griping about being double teamed. Well, hell, they double team SGA too. He just knows how to do it. And I see where he called Michael Jordan to ask how you get past the double team. Yep, the double team is not hard to figure out. It's really, SGA can bust a double team anytime he wants. It's about when they double team you, you got to have somebody to pass it to at the top of the key in order to split it up. And then, of course, the Nuggets and the Lakers, which we already know what the hell is going to happen there. The Nuggets are going to spank the Lakers. We know that. The Lakers can't beat the Nuggets, so we already know. So then when we beat our deal, that would put us against the Nuggets and the Rockets against the Grizzlies, or the Rockets or the T-Wolves against the Grizzlies. And if the Grizzlies play the T-Wolves, the Grizzlies are going to spank the T-Wolves. I don't think the T-Wolves, they just don't have it. Then you'd have the Thunder playing the winners of the Grizzlies the Grizzlies T-Wolves, and then you'd have us playing the Nuggets. So that being said, what is you all's opinion on if that was the case? What do you think? What do you think the chances are the Thunder against the Suns? I like that better than I do the Mavs. Kind of like what we said last year, the Thunder versus the Pelicans which is what we wanted last year, and we got that to get us past that first round. But that second round, no matter how you look at it, it's ugly. But I think we can beat the Nuggets, even though they're playing really well right now. 28-17, even though they got killed. Oh, God, they got ran out the gym last night. Oh, it was brutal. But once again, they still have the big fella. They still have Murray, who we know can't do jack S until the playoffs, and then he goes off. And then, of course, that's who we'd have. So the Thunder's path to the finals is simply Nuggets are scary because they push the pace. Our players don't have the same stamina as the 2016 squad. I don't necessarily agree with that hot spot. We're just so much deeper than the Nuggets are on the bench, and I just think that because of who we have and we beat the hell out of people because we run at you defensively, that we would wear them down, and it would have to be Jokic and Murray, and I think we'd have to beat the hell out of Murray. We'd have to beat the hell out of Gordon, and I think that what's his name is slow. Michael Porter Jr. is just soft as cotton candy anyway. And then what you'd have about Russ, and Russ is going to do things, but I don't care about Russ because Russ is going to lose the game for them because he's going to make a stupid mistake down the stretch. So I'm not Russell Westbrook I want him to play as much as possible, especially at the end of the games, because I know our opportunity for us to win are far advanced if he plays, because he's going to do something stupid down the stretch. And hotspot, yes, Jokic is slow, and but he's not necessarily slow. He just does what he does at his own pace. SGA is the same way. They play at their own pace. They just do. They play at their own pace. And he's frustrated and he's very irritable, but he just plays at his own pace. But that being said, the Thunder have the advantage of what? Let's pull this up, guys. Here's the advantage that the Thunder have, okay? We're number one in offense of what we give up, 103. We're number two in field goal percentage at 51.4. 3-point percentage, we only give up 32.8. So our perimeter defense is great. Okay. Assists, we average 24, giving up 24 assists a game, which means we don't allow the opponents to make plays on us. Okay. Points in the paint, pips, that's my spot. We only give up 41.6 points per game. Let me see. I like SGA more. Sorry, but Jokic is just another big who can pass. Jokic is the most skilled big man in the league. Well, he's just a beast. He really is. I'm not a fan of his, but I am a fan of his, if that makes any kind of sense. Steals. We steal the ball 11.4 points per game, which is number one. And we only lose the ball 6.7. So we only give up 6.7 steals a game. 5.8 blocks, we're fifth. And remember, when the big fella comes back, we were like at 11 or something, or 8, 9 or 10 or 11 when he was here. So if we get Chet back, that's going to matter. Now, turnovers. We take care of the basketball, 11.7 turnovers per game that we commit. And then we have 18.2 takeaways that we turn the other team over, 18.2. Remember, 11 of those 18 turnovers are steals because of Caruso, because of Kaysen, because of SGA, and because of J-Dub. That's why we are where we are. And then here's the key. Offensive rebounds, we're 26th. We've got to get better than that. When we get Chet back with iHeart, I think those numbers will drop down, and we need to be around. And I don't know if we'll get that far because it's so far in the season, but we need to be in the low 20s. We need to be in 20, 21. I don't know if we're going to drop that far, but with those, we need to be in the teens as far as with Chet and SGA back. Chet and iHeart in there playing, we should be at around 15 to 17 offensive rebounds per game is what we should be, or even less than that when they both get back. But here's the key. Second and fourth quarters, when J-Dub starts, when J-Dub starts in second and fourth quarters, we're ninth in the league as far as scoring. Fourth quarter, we're 22nd. But what saves us is we only give up 27 points a game. So we're sixth in the league. Out of 30 teams, we're sixth. And the reason why it's not highlighted because I only do 5 in this. If we're in the top 5, then I'll go ahead and do that. And then fourth quarter, we go with 25 points a game. So those are the things that matter. But so that's when J-Dub starts. That puts us at where we are. That is the difference in what the Thunder are doing and what our possibilities are as far as winning the game. Those are the difference. I don't know what the Chiefs are doing, guys. Y'all could kind of help me with that. But anyways, 20. It's that's where we're at with that, and so that's the thing. So that's what's going to win us games. Number one in points. We're number two as far as field goal percentage. We're number three in what we defend the 3-point line, which is perimeter defense. We're number one in making free throws, even though iHeart was 3 for 8 tonight or 4 for 9 tonight or something like that. He's got to make the free throws, and I've said that he's got to be able to make free throws because they're just going to start fouling him when he's on the floor. So he's going to have to be able to knock down free throws, especially late in the game, because that's going to cost us. And then fourth quarter, what we're giving up. Those are the things that make you win games. Okay? Those are the things that when it's 29-29, Chiefs are about to score, 4:38 left. Well, thank you, Hotspot. Now, here's the All-Star game, guys. Now, here are the starters. Now, I've said this the other night. I was talking to this guy, and he's a big LeBron fan. I'm sorry. Steph and LeBron should not be starting. LeBron should not be starting. I'm sorry. He should not be starting. And people get mad at him. I was like, dude, he shouldn't be starting. Steph, maybe, because my starting five was SGA, Ant-Man, Jokic, Wemby, and AD. Or, excuse me, KD. I'm sorry. I had KD. So I had SGA, Wemby, Ant-Man, Jokic, and KD. That was my starting five. Okay? I just don't. I mean, LeBron is getting put in there because he's LeBron, and Steph's in there because he's Steph, because they want viewership. That's why they're there. But to me, no. The East, I picked out perfectly when I picked the East. I picked Jalen Brunson, I picked Mitchell, I picked Tatum, I picked Giannis, I put Cat. Excuse me. Cat, Karl Anthony Towns. That's so I picked 2 New York Knicks, and some people are like, how the hell does the Knicks get 2 players on there? Why not? And then reserves, I've got Wemby, I've got Ant-Man, I've got Jalen Green. So I got one guy from the Rockets, and I've got one guy, Ja, from Memphis, because you can't leave those guys out, and they're the second and third best teams in the West. And then, of course, I've got AD as a backup, and then J-Dub. I think, people are like, well, J-Dub's not one of the top 24 players. No, he's not. But we're the number one team in the West. How the hell can we only have one guy? I mean, come on now. That ain't fair. It's not fair to J-Dub either. And then, of course, the East, I've got Cade, I've got Trey, I've got Darius Garland, I got LaMelo Ball, I got Jaylen Brown, I got Dame. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. It's my reserve picks from the East. But I'm so big, I've got Tatum, Giannis, and Cat, and then I have Jaylen Brown. So I've got enough bigs. But I care some of those guys, if I have to guess, I would say probably LaMelo or Dame are not going to make it, and they're going to pick a big guy. That's because Kenny Atkinson is the head guy, so I say he's probably going to add another guy, so he's probably going to add Mobley. That would be my guess, to have 3. That's just kind of what I was thinking. I don't know what you guys think about that, and who would you take out and who would you add. So that's kind of how I look at it. I mean, I don't know how y'all would look at it, but that's kind of how I look at it. For my reserves. So, but anyway, guys, hey, I'm gonna let everybody go. The Thunder, again, we don't play again until Wednesday against the Golden State Warriors. That game will be on ESPN. We'll be doing our show after the game. I can at least go, I can watch the game, so I'll be happy about that. That I don't have to listen to Michael Cage and our announcer, and I don't have to hear about all this nonsense. So that will be a good thing. We can listen to ESPN, so I'll be excited about that. So, but everybody stay warm out there to stay safe. Hotspot. J-Dub isn't an all-star. He needs to do better and work on his shot, for God's sakes. Our player need to okay. As we said, okay, Hotspot, he is the second best player on the team that has the best record in the NBA. There's no way in hell you can just put one guy. He's not one of the top 24 players, 100%. But if Mark Daigneault is going to be one of the NBA coaches, he's going to have a pick, and that pick will be J-Dub. And I'm okay with that because we're the number 2 team in the league. I mean, we're the number 1 team in the league, number 1 in the West. You can't have one guy on there. That's all I'm saying. You can't have that one. Can't have one guy on there. Not from us. I mean, the Knicks got two, and hell, they're third best team in the East. So, anyway, hope everybody has a fantastic night. Go ahead, go Chiefs. Watch that hot spot. Good luck, and everybody else.